This is just a bit of a review video really over the past year as I look back on my journey with motorbikes from my CBT to the theory test to mod 1 and 2 to then being on the road. There's been a lot that's happened. So when I first passed my CBT, the thrill of just being on two wheels was just instant. And you'll know that if you've never been on a bike and then you've passed your CBT, or maybe you've been in a car and then you've gone back to a bike like I did. It's just so cool being back on a bike. I mean, there's, especially in warm weather, warm sunny weather, hands down is you cannot find a better way to travel than on a motorbike. And I think what I love about being on a bike is just driving through like villages, especially during the summer, and you go past houses and then suddenly you'll smell barbecue, or you'll go past a field full of flowers or full of crops, and suddenly you get hit with the smell of them. What is just amazing, which I don't think you have in anything else, including a push bike. Maybe you do if you're really quick, but on a motorbike, just being like going along the road and suddenly hitting a warm pocket of air, and then it goes cold again, and then it's just so interesting, and it's such a sensory experience. And I think that's one of the reasons I love being on a motorbike, is just the freedom that you have. I think, and I've said it before, it's the closest that I think you'll get to flying without leaving the ground. So it's been great. It's been great to re-engage with biking again. It's been a very up and down year for me from a bike perspective, because obviously I feel like I've accomplished a lot, getting through mod 1 and then mod 2, my theory test, and getting onto a full UK bike license has been great. But then being hit with that mini stroke a few weeks back, and sort of the recovery from that has been slow but progressive. And it's and now I'm sort of left with biking over the winter, which I don't really know how I feel about it. I love it in a way. I love going out on a crisp morning when it's like bright and clear, going out on the bike and just exploring. But I hate having to clean the bike every single time. Oh my goodness, every single time. The bike just gets filthy. I don't know how to avoid it. And I deliberately avoid puddles, and I'm pretty careful, but maybe that's just biking in the UK. Maybe I just need to suck it up and get on with it. That's probably the answer, isn't it? And just leave the bike dirty, or accept the fact that I'm going to have to clean it all the time. Perhaps there's a product. I don't know. Maybe there's something I can spray on my bike so that when the mud goes on it, it doesn't stay on it, and you can just rinse it off and it's easy. I don't know. Let me know. Positives about biking in the winter, I guess, would be, I can't think of any, actually. My hands get freezing, the bike gets wet, it's cold, I'm cold, it's damp. Makes me wish I could live in a warmer country. California, that would be nice. Or in some parts of, I don't know, India. Does it ever get cold in India? I don't know. I did do geography at school, but I couldn't tell you about the climate of India. Anyway, so what are my plans for the bike in 2026? And what are my plans for myself in 2026? Well, the plans for the bike, first of all, I want to be able to get out on the road more. So my plans are to try and get more experience on the road, especially on busier roads, because I'm still quite nervous at points on a dual carriageway, and I haven't figured out why. I just think it's because my brain hasn't engaged in the fact that it's dangerous. And when you're in a car, when I'm in a car, I don't think about it. I think back to when I first took my driving lessons in a car, and how nervous I was, and how like rigid, and you'd freeze and be really hesitant. And obviously I'm not like that now in a car. Like, I just get in the car and drive, and it doesn't matter whether on a motorway or a dual carriageway or an A road, it's fine, a B road. On the bike is different, and I think I just need to keep doing it more regularly. and then it will be fine. As I said in one of my earlier videos, I used to ride on dual carriageways all the time on the bike, and it was fine. I just think as you get older, you think a bit more, and it's just getting my brain conditioned to the fact that I'm fine, it's fine, be careful, to take all the precautions, and accept that there's always going to be a level of risk on a bike that you don't have on a car, because you are obviously out in the elements and it's much more vulnerable and you're going really fast, but it's fine. Don't worry ye not. I'd like to do some longer journeys. I keep looking up. I don't know whether it's just because it comes on my Facebook feed, but I keep looking up. There's different routes that you can take. Like in Wales, there's I don't know whether it's circular, but there's a route you can take that goes across all these really beautiful locations. And I like the idea of that. I don't like the idea of getting to Wales in the first place, because that's about a 4-hour drive from where I live on the east coast of the United Kingdom. There's also ones in Scotland. I like the idea of going to Europe, but again, I want to get a bit more confident on busier roads, because I'm conscious it's possible, but it's probably going to take forever if I want to do back roads to do that. So yeah, that's the plan for myself. I'm hoping to do a bit more traveling on the bike next year. With regard to the bike itself, I haven't really got that many plans. Obviously, I'm planning to switch the fuel tank to a chrome one, which I'm really excited about. I'll show you that when it's done. I am getting some free handlebar mirrors from the person who I bought my tank from, because they took so long to send the tank. So I'm probably going to switch those for the black ones. I think they might look better with a chrome tank. And I'm going to orientate them up rather than hanging down. Even though I do prefer the look on the Interceptor 650 with the mirrors down, it's just not as safe. And got to be sanity over vanity on a bike, at least some of the time. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm still toying with the idea of getting the Fuel X device to fit to the bike, because obviously now it's got the sports exhaust and the sports air filter. Probably the bike might need a bit more fuel, because obviously because of the EU regulations, it's my understanding that the bike is naturally now sort of cut back in how much fuel the bike actually gets. And so from what I understand, that Fuel X device will improve the amount of fuel that goes into it, and also help with overheating. Not that my bike really does overheat anymore, but it's a good thing. So yeah, I'm thinking about that. I probably would just go for the basic one. I don't want to spend a lot of money on it, but if it does make a difference, then it could be something worthwhile doing. Have you done that? Do you have a Interceptor 650? Have you done that? Let me know in the comments below if you've found that to be beneficial. I did watch another YouTuber who said that he did find that it made almost no difference, but then I've read lots of comments from people who said that it did make a difference. So yeah, do I go for that or a power commander? Don't really know much about those. Can you even get them for my bike? Mine's a 23 plate Interceptor, so that may not even be an option anyway. As I say, I'm not really planning to make that many changes to the bike. I love the bike as it is. I think it's great. Maybe a couple of other things that I might do would include the tyres. I think I said on a recent video that when I went around a few corners, it didn't really feel like it was that stable. It felt like it sort of slipped out. So I've seen that some people have put Bridgestones on them, slightly wider at the back, slightly wider at the front, but not too much. So that's a possibility. Again, if you've done that to your bike, please let me know, and comment down below if you found that helpful or not. And other than that, just the suspension. So after saying, no, I'm not going to change anything, there's quite a few bits I want to change actually. Yeah, the suspension, I think it could be improved quite drastically. So rear shocks, front as well, front springs, something again that I'm looking forward to giving a go and having a go. Not planning to change the rest of it though. I quite like to keep my bikes as standard as possible. Or if I change things, I want to be able to change them back quite easily. So I think with the rear shocks, it looks almost identical if you switch it. So that's not really a big change from how the bike looks. And the front springs, there's hardly any noticeable difference anyway. Tyre wise, again, it's not a big deal to switch them out. So Yeah, I have to balance what I'd like to do and the fact that I have a family and a real life and I can't just spend money when I want. But if it's things that are going to improve the bike and its efficiency, that's going to make the engine last longer and provide a bit more safety and stability, then definitely those are changes that I will be considering to do. So, yeah, lots of exciting things ahead. I keep looking at classic old bikes as well. There's so many on Facebook Marketplace and on eBay. Look them up. I'd love to ride one just to see how different it would be, because I've always had classic cars and I like the idea of a classic bike. No tax, no MOT, like pretty cheap insurance. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, just wanted to wish you a very happy and blessed Christmas wherever you are, and a really blessed and happy 2026. Thank you so much for continuing to support this channel. Don't forget, if you watch this and you haven't already, to hit that like button. Is it there? I don't know which side it'll be there, won't it? And subscribe, which is just down there. Hit that bell notification so that every time I submit a new video, you'll be told about it and you can rush to it as quickly as possible. Until next time, I'll see you soon.